Hey! Welcome to Screen Source, your place for film and television news, reviews, and trailers. You're here for the Aladdin teaser trailer. Oh my god, it just dropped 35 minutes ago.
For us,
we got lucky because we've been filming here for the last hour and a half.
Breaking
news.
We have breaking news.
Like we just
teaser trailer.
Also, on top of that, what other kind of news are we talking about tonight?
We are going to be talking about the new Netflix series that's going to be being co-created by Matt Reeves and Shonda Rhimes.
Shonda Rhimes, yes. And what news are you talking about?
Could DC be heading in the right direction finally with their film universe? Maybe, probably not, but maybe with
not.
recent hire James Gunn.
Oh my God!
Writing
Whoa.
a Suicide Squad sequel and rumored Dave Bautista.
Don't give all the news away. We're going to be watching this teaser trailer first, and then we'll go into the news. Some exciting stuff to talk about. So let's give this a watch.
I just turned into Lil Jon for just 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bird movie.
Only one may enter here. One whose worth lies far within. The diamond in the rough.
Will Smith. Give me Will Smith.
All right. Damn. That's not that far away, guys.
Yeah.
Ha! That's all I'm asking.
Get it on
Oh,
for
you're
it.
gonna hear that.
I hope
There's
so.
like no doubt. In my
I
mind.
want Fresh Prince of Bel-Air references in this.
I
needs
would
to be.
like
Here's
for
the
him
thing.
To be, yeah.
I had a whole rant
OG
on a
Will
prior screen source about like defending Will Smith against everybody. Everybody fucking hated him except for me, so I'm glad you're
That's
here.
not true. I love Will Smith.
No, nobody backed me up here.
That's
Will
not
Smith is
true.
amazing.
People
Backed
sleep
you
on
up.
Will Smith.
Also, his YouTube channel is like huge
He's
now.
not great anymore, though.
People
Like,
sleep on Will Smith. You
They
know?
do sleep on
They
him.
do.
Yeah.
Listen, I think he hasn't done a lot in a long time that's been really good, but I love Will Smith.
Just to be clear, Will Smith is playing the genie
Yes.
in the new Aladdin, so it's all related. We're not just
I'm
talking about Will
excited.
Smith.
I think he's
I know,
a great.
right?
I think he's a
No, we're
great
just talking about
casting
Will
choice.
Smith. That's
Yeah,
it.
we're
That's
just talking
I
about
think
Will
it's
Smith.
a great
It
choice
makes
too.
so much sense to me.
I'm cool with it. Yes,
It
yes,
does.
yes.
We don't have Robin Williams anymore. Like,
And you
it's really
can't hold a
sad,
flame to
but-
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
hurts.
But that actually looks really good. I mean,
Yeah.
they've done remakes before, and they've burned us on a lot of them.
Yeah,
or
Cinderella
like live
was
action.
not bad. I enjoyed Cinderella. Like
I
the
don't
live
think they're
action.
ever like bad.
Terrible.
It's just
No,
always
they
Besides
less
Maleficent.
good.
no. Maleficent
Maleficent was pretty
very
terrible.
bad.
Well,
it wasn't
Maleficent
just bad.
was different.
That's- yeah.
That's on its own category of meh.
But that was also their first try.
Cinderella
Yeah.
was enjoyable to me. I liked it.
But I couldn't be more excited because of those Disney films from at least from that era. This was a huge one for me.
Oh,
It's
well,
one of my
that's
favorites.
great.
Yeah, I grew
Holds
up.
up.
Yeah,
It's
watching this
great.
all the time.
Look, whole new world, bro. Whole new world.
Doesn't pass
Of
the Bechdel
cinema.
test though,
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
because Jasmine's
Does
like really
not.
the only girl. I mean, Raj is a girl, but she's a tiger. So.
Yeah,
she'll
It
talk.
counts.
I think they actually did a Bechdel cast on this. If you haven't listened to that podcast, it's really funny. Yeah, we listened to that.
Yep.
Very good.
I'm just curious about that.
Yeah.
It's like, are there no women
In this whole entire
whole city?
that aren't
There
like
are
hookers.
women.
But
there
they're
are
all like,
prostitutes.
but they're all either prostitutes or they're like 300 pounds.
And they better show like Aladdin as like a G
that-
because
I ain't got no problem
There's
with
only
that.
one pretty woman and then 300-pound women.
Well,
in
but
crop
she's
tops.
the prettiest woman.
Hold up now.
She's not just pretty.
She ain't
I
just
mean,
pretty.
oh,
All right.
I know she's the prettiest, in my opinion, the prettiest Disney princess.
And one of the
Anyway.
funny things in the original too is that like everybody in the town knows Aladdin because he's a pimp.
Yeah.
Because he's like going out and like getting laid
like he's
every
a
night.
pimp.
Why are you doing this
Yeah.
again? Come on. Yeah.
It's like you're poor, and yet somehow
Why do you
all
think
the
he's
ladies
poor?
love you.
Yeah.
It's
Spend
No
all the-
bread tonight, Abu.
I got a sleigh.
Who's
Oh,
a
God.
poo in this? Who do you think's gonna play a poo?
A boo.
A boo. Oh my god.
Hank Azaria, obviously.
Who plays a boo in this?
A monkey.
A monkey. I know,
Monkey.
but I'm wondering if like there's
Is
Abu
it-
doesn't talk.
Are they just gonna like randomly?
kind of
talk.
talks.
No, he doesn't. He just goes.
He screeches. he screeches.
That's a really good actually
Thank
a
you.
boo.
I'll be. I actually play.
Yeah.
a
a really
Yeah.
good voice actor will play him.
Yeah, yeah. I
Frank
think so.
Welker.
No, it's actually gonna be Aziz Ansari, guys. Come on.
It could be.
Let's go.
You know?
Kate Blanchett in the role of Abu.
Yeah, I'm actually this is the first film, live action Disney that I'm actually very excited about. Also, they try to make a point to not whitewash this film.
Yeah.
There's apparently like not some excitement because there's a lot of like there's like Indian actors where it should have been like Middle Eastern
You
actors.
can't
They're
win
not
them
the
all.
same thing.
You can't
They're
win
not
them
the
all.
same thing though. Just
You
be
can't
clear.
win it all. Yeah.
No.
But you're right. You can't win it all.
We can
and
get
Disney,
general geography.
Nina
Like, we
Disney's
tried.
also
They're
notorious for
not
not.
white.
Yeah.
I
Good.
mean, Mina Masood. That sounds like a
Marwan
Arabic
Kanzari.
name,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's good.
Naveed Negaban.
And then
I don't know why
Naomi
I'm trying.
Scott.
I'm venturing into
Come on
dangerous
now,
territory.
you're not. You're not
It's,
of
look,
that descent, but you're a good.
Who's playing
looking lady.
Iago? That's the only thing that matters to
Seem
me.
Pedrad.
Who? Did you see it? I didn't see it.
Uh,
How do you spell Iago?
I'm gonna throw. Hold on. I'm gonna throw a wild guess. Iago, just a parrot.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
Yeah, just a parrot in this one.
for the first one.
No.
Because they're making another one.
No.
No, it's happening.
It's
No.
happening. It's guaranteed.
It is
He's
interesting
gonna
though.
just
Like
be a parrot.
some of the animals can't talk, but others can.
Well,
is a
this
good
is gonna
point.
be a realistic version.
Who's
of
playing the
Aladdin.
rug? That's all I care about. I don't give a shit about anything
It
else.
might not even be a rug, guys. I'm just hope you guys need to prepare.
What?
Don't hurt
There's
me like that.
no carpet.
Hey, if I have to prepare
Fuck
for
that.
no rap, you guys need to prepare for no carpet.
To be clear, Connor
Look,
wants to
how is-
hear a
wait.
Wild Wild West version for Aladdin because Will Smith's in
imagine,
it.
I wanna hear
imagine
that
you got a
too.
friend. Imagine never had a friend like me, but it's Will
but
Smith
as
and
a
he's
rap
rapping.
song.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep, I'm with you.
I
Connor.
just
Mr. Aladdin, sir.
So there's no Iago, it looks like.
no, yeah.
Man,
What?
that might actually just be a bird, which is a bummer.
That's
no,
fucking
no, no. Iago's
disappointing.
still there. It's just Iago is
Can't
just
talk.
a bird.
yeah, I know. That's a bummer.
Like
Number
a
two.
real
That's a
bird.
bummer.
Look, it's gonna be number
Because-
two.
Or
What's his name's a
or
freaking
they
genius.
do a magic spell.
Are they going to get a
Yeah.
real tiger?
Hear me out. They do a magic spell on
be
Iago at
amazing,
one
though.
point because it's Disney, and it's just Gilbert Gottfried. There you go.
Well, he's not in the on the IMDb though. That's
He
what
might
we're,
be
that's what
in
we're
credits.
He
looking
might.
at.
Yeah, he might literally
I'm
just be
not
incredible.
happy.
I just need.
Looks
I
like
need
we're gonna
him.
have to wait till 2019 to find out who voices
May
Iago.
24th. Yeah, just a few days ago there was a poster release. We got very
crazy.
lucky and saw this just before
Poster
we went live.
release?
Look.
Can I
Yeah,
see
there was. It was like a lamp, basically.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it.
what I want to fucking see is goddamn Hercules. Damn it! I want it in my
He
life.
folds up.
Yes. Yes.
Underrated.
Yes.
Underrated.
Tarzan, overrated.
Yeah.
Hercules,
I agree, too.
underrated.
Underrated.
Oh my god.
I want a Hercules adaptation.
Hercules is
because
one of
it's-
my
come on.
favorites.
It'd be so good.
So good.
Gerard
Oh.
Butler's Zeus.
I would go most anywhere
think
to
they
find
would-
where
Zac Efron is
I
Hercules.
belong. Come on.
Zac Efron is young Hercules.
Oh yes.
Do you
That
guys,
actually would be really
do you guys think they'll ever move into Pixar territory to start
No.
making live action? They won't do it.
I feel like that's such a
No.
stupid effort because it defeats the entire
They,
purpose of
they're
a
doing
Pixar
Mulan,
movie.
right? Mulan is next,
yeah, Mulan's
Yes,
the next
Mulan.
big
which
one.
is going to be dope. 'cause
Which
I
is
love
actually
Mulan.
exciting.
And then
And
Lilo
you can also
Stitch.
no. They did. The thing is too. They like what is it? I think they were talking about how Hercules was a film just so they could make the movie they wanted to make, which
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. Like Hercules was a film just for them to make the studios happy. So there's no
right.
way it's gonna get an adaptation.
Huh.
It hurts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
That
those
hurts
new
me.
groove.
yeah.
Yeah.
But those are always the good ones.
I know.
just-
Fox and the Hound.
Anyways, we're all stoked for this. Mostly is what it seems. Let's move on to
crappy Disney movies.
move on to our. Those aren't crappy.
I know
Those
they're
are
the good
Those are
ones.
great. Those are good movies. Those are good
Hercules
movies.
is one of my favorites. Freaking Danny DeVito. What if they actually got Danny DeVito?
They should get Danny
That'd be
DeVito,
amazing.
Josh
and he's just
Gad.
wearing
Still do it.
really crappy,
Danny legs.
makeup and like
Shitty
practical.
satyr
no,
legs.
no. You're overthinking it. It's just Danny DeVito. He doesn't even have a costume.
That's a good point.
Would you question it?
But you,
No.
but okay, yeah, that's
Not
fine.
even.
Hey,
not
are
even
you
a
a
little bit.
satyr?
And
Yeah,
then-
I'm a satyr.
And then they like literally bring in James Woods as
Oh
I don't want to
yes.
see James Woods.
you don't.
No.
But he looks like Hades though.
Yeah, but he's
Gotten old now. He's done. This
I
is
don't
fair.
know, his
He's at that
voice
right
is so-
point.
He's so good in that. Anyway, I'm
I
gonna
don't
watch
want to give
Hercules
him
after
any
this.
money.
Let's move on to our news portion. I think you got our first bit of news,
Yes.
Connor. Is that right?
Can we pull some stuff up? Because DC, which if you don't know, I'm not crazy about any of their movies, has announced that James Gunn will be writing the script for Suicide Squad 2, which is good because the first Suicide Squad was bad.
Oh, so I
and
thought
you
you were
know
gonna say
what
poo.
was bad about it? The script.
But we did get a
It's
sweet
pretty
wiki wild song.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
yeah. Suicide Squad is.
That's
a
how you
really
know-
bad movie.
And we got to
Don't
see
pay your-
Margot Robbie's ass cheeks.
Win.
Never a
not.
bad
No,
thing.
I'm not. Just never against that. Just never actually.
It's not
against
enough to make a good movie. Anyway, so
It's not.
it's a good
I
thing.
was
It's a
kidding.
good thing because DC has been getting their asses handed to them
Yeah.
by every Marvel movie. Even the less good Marvel movies are still better than, excluding Wonder Woman, the better DC movies.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, cool, Justice League was all right. So was Ant-Man, and we all enjoyed Ant-Man.
that.
We did.
I would
We did.
actually watch Ant-Man.
I would
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
Ant-Man
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I
And
liked
Ant-Man
Ant
2,
too.
very
Justice
good.
League's on Hulu. I literally just stared at it like,
Nah.
No. Yeah. I haven't gone back to any of the DC films since they've
I
released.
mean, if I want to waste my time, I'll watch something else.
So James
Yeah.
Gunn, he obviously is most well known for writing and directing. He did both Guardians of the Galaxies, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I finally saw Volume 2. It's pretty good. I
it's a
liked
good
it.
movie.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I wasn't as crazy about it as everybody else was.
I
But
really did enjoy it. And prior to that, he did Hunt for the Wilder People. He's done What We Do in the Shadows.
you're thinking
He-
of
No, you're thinking of Taika.
I'm thinking of Taika Waititi. I'm
Yeah,
so
you-
sorry.
you-
I don't
I
know.
was
James
like,
Gunn.
I'm
James Gunn. No, James Gunn was. He actually did a lot of video game stuff. I forget.
like-
There was one where, huh?
He did do Scooby Doo.
He did
God, I love
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
I think
Such
James
a
Gunn's a
good
good
film.
I think
fit.
he did Slither, or he did some horror, some like
Slither
B-list
was
horror
great.
films.
Because I think
Yeah.
we're still trying to figure. I think DC's still trying to figure out what kind of movies they want to be.
Yeah, they're figuring out how they wanna do their-
Like Marvel does quips with their humor. They have lines and like gifs that you always want to like.
Sure.
But DC, it seems
Skiffable.
like DC. It always seems like they go to more of a potty humor kind of way, and I think James Gunn can embody that in a positive manner because I think Guardians of the Galaxy would probably be the most frat boy
Yeah.
of the DC movies.
Sure. Yeah.
I
can
mean,
see
of the
that.
Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see because I mean, let's think about this. They haven't had any good hitters.
No,
No
they
good
haven't.
hitters.
Wonder
Nothing's.
Woman,
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. One good hit. And everything. I don't know who the producers have been messing around with. What the fuck's been going on? But DC is again revamping.
Them picking up James Gunn is
It's
insane.
going to change everything.
It's insane.
I don't know if it'll change everything, but I think it's a step in the right
So
direction.
long as he
Yeah.
has some creative freedom
There's
over
a-
this,
well,
Suicide
good- no.
Squad could be very good.
There you go. You just so one of the biggest problems with DC is how much
Not
They have their
controlling
hands
it.
and everything.
how much tinkering they do with everything. Marvel tinkers, and you can kind of see it, but Marvel tinkers because Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah.
DC and Warner Brothers, they tinker because they don't know how to make a fucking good movie.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Bautista, a former professional wrestler and Drax the Destroyer. He's
still Drax.
rumored, right? He's rumored to be.
He said, I think in a tweet, as soon as he found out, he said something along the lines of, "Yep,
Basic-
sign me up."
Dave
Yep.
Bautista
Yeah.
wants to be involved. He likes James Gunn. He likes the way he directs. And Dave Bautista, clearly is not like crazy about being in movies. Like he loves being in films, but he's not like oh, I need to be in everything.
He was like the most vocal when James Gunn was
Oh, yeah, yeah,
fired
yeah.
from Marvel.
He
and,
likes working with who he likes working with.
Yeah, I think his
Yeah, and he
approach-
thought it was super unfair, and he like kind of hates Disney. Has been open about this
Yeah,
decision. And so for him
It
to
was
want
a
to jump
shitty
ship
move
makes sense.
on their part. It was really shitty
Yeah.
on their part.
Yeah, Batista's move are very his like.
I feel like Disney was caught in, unfortunately, a trap.
Yeah,
Because James Gunn got trapped. If we're doing this zero tolerance policy thing in life and everyone's getting fired for everything they say and tweet, granted, it was in 2012 and James Gunn clearly has done a lot of growing since, and I don't like the fact that we don't live in a second chance society anymore.
Regardless of that, honestly, they weren't even like
Disney-
that awful.
they
There were
weren't
just
that-
some bad jokes
They
on
weren't-
Twitter.
Oh,
Whatever.
Yeah.
If I checked your Twitter right now, there'd be some bad jokes on there.
no, because if you check my other Twitter,
Oh,
my
okay.
old Twitter.
Your old Twitter. That's what I'm saying.
But it's
That's what I'm saying.
locked.
trying to be safe here. I don't
Yeah.
know. It feels like, yeah, again, we don't have second chances in this society, and we don't have an understanding of growth. I like this model that we have now of we are basing off terrible accusations of stupid shit, and then just
Like just to fire him because of what he said in 2012 is wrong, but
yeah.
Hey, they would've lost all of
they-
their red
if
audience.
Disney got rid of, like, if Disney hired Clint Eastwood to do a movie, and then Clint Eastwood sent out a really racist tweet, like they found some
Like
tweet from
Roseanne.
2013.
What
Yeah.
Disney movie should what
Emperor's
live
New
action
Groove.
Disney movie
Emperor's New
should?
Groove
Who
Oh
is
my
it gonna
God.
be?
with
Please, that'd be
Bradley
amazing.
Cooper as Cusco, Bradley
All right.
Cooper as Pacha, Bradley Cooper as Yzma,
Someone like
Clint
Bradley
Eastwood
Cooper.
as Kronk.
That's it.
Okay.
We're done. Done.
Okay.
Full casting's done.
I can actually see it, but it's kinda
Here's the thing. I kind of
whitewashing
wish
it.
James Gunn would have went off and like kind of did some more of his own stuff.
Yeah.
Prior to being picked up, but honestly,
franchise
it's
money.
not a bad gig. First off, and second off, like it was incredibly smart on DC's part to do this.
Mm-hmm.
They're
They
like,
need
you just lost
something.
one of your best directors. We'll take him.
Yeah.
Sure, we're struggling over here. Let's get somebody.
I mean,
worthwhile.
It was
Exactly.
definitely not a problem when Deadpool. I mean, like with Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern, that was a giant fucking flop, and he was supposed to be the like he was supposed to be the star. He was supposed to set up the universe.
Yeah, DC's they just can't get it right. So
Yeah.
hopefully James Gunn is the start. The Warner Brothers and DC are both going to have to back off and let script writers and storytellers do their fucking jobs. And also, one of
day.
the biggest things is they're going to have to dumb down the comics, because in order to enjoy a DC film, you have to know the source material,
Yeah,
or you're
a lot
fucked.
of inside jokes.
And this is all also right after DC just started their streaming service. I think it's out now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
by the time this is released,
Titans came out not too long ago, but I don't. Titans
tomorrow.
also comes out tomorrow.
No, it's the it's.
Is it
it's
a is
with
it
the
is it a
release.
part of that service?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's strictly
Yeah,
on that service.
Part of that service.
Which I will be watching.
Yeah.
I will be watching, not because I enjoy it, but I'm curious to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of things ahead. Shazam, Swamp Thing, some more Teen Titans shit, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Whatever.
all their animated movies, which are fantastic.
Oh, Batman's being redone like HD or something like that. Yeah, remastered.
it's a remaster, but
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, but like if they could get that production company just back together, that'd be great. I miss that old series.
They got a lot of stuff ahead. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon.
No, they're not.
no.
They're
It's
not.
just-
They got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
Oh, he did movie 43, which
okay. Never mind. Fuck him. He deserves to get fired.
We're done.
Let's just hope that he can make this a decent movie.
sure.
What did he? What the fuck was he doing on the Belko experiment? Was he really a director on that?
No, I bet director's the first thing here, so I bet
Okay.
he was a writer.
He was a writer for
Belko
it.
experiment's
I'm
great.
not into the
I forgot about that.
costumes really, but that's another thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I bet if this movie comes out because they just picked him up,
Suicide
it's not going to
Squad,
be
you have
for
a lot
2.5 years.
Suicide, well, because after Guardians of the Galaxy came out, they tried to make the first Suicide Squad kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
So
they
it
did
only
try to
ma-
push
So
that.
it only makes sense. It only makes sense to go that route.
It's not a bad point. It did have a similar, at least the trailers.
No,
had a
they forced
similar-
it. Because the original director directed this really gritty movie, and then
Very different feel of it. Yeah.
and then DC was like, no,
This series just got really good, so we're gonna do what
So
they're
we're
doing
gonna
now.
change it.
Yeah,
we're gonna
change
make
everything.
it funny.
I also like the idea that it's a movie not focused on like anti-heroes or bad
Yeah,
people. You know, that's not a bad choice for.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they can explore Captain Boomerang a little bit. He's a great character. I like him.
in the pants.
What other piece of news we got?
All right. The other piece of news we have is Shonda Rhimes and Matt Reeves are creating a new sci-fi series for Netflix. It's going to be titled Recursion. It's going to be
a film or a
it's
series?
gonna be a
Series.
series.
TV series.
It's going to be a. It's going to have some grittiness to it. It's going to explore a lot of different genres. I think. I mean, if you don't know her, she has done Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder. And I mean, Grey's Anatomy's been fucking.
Yeah, what season are they on? 15?
and
Two
still
now.
killing it.
It's too many. It's too many.
Still killing it.
seasons.
Doesn't matter.
No, the show's very
Still
good.
into it.
So these are
Still
two
on my
fantastic
toes every
writers.
episode.
Yeah.
I literally, after every episode of Grey's Anatomy I say thank you, Shonda. I'm not joking.
Thank you, Shonda.
I say her-
You put your hand on the portrait.
I say, yeah,
love you,
she's my
Shonda.
Jesus, man. She is
it.
so fucking good with her creations and her
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
Still,
Yeah, she's
still
great.
not a Grey's Anatomy person.
Matt Reeves. Who?
same.
How do I know him?
Planet of
Yeah,
the
Planet
Apes.
of the Apes, and he's also directing The Batman.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
The Batman.
Well,
So we'll
Yeah,
see.
this is an interesting mix
I
of
don't know.
people. Shonda Rhimes got like I think a 6-series deal with Netflix. It was one of their very first
They were like, "We're
acquirements
gonna
of
take
people
everything
as
from you."
opposed to series or IPs. It was basically saying, we know this woman can do anything,
Fantastic
and she
work.
has a huge fan base.
Yeah.
And here's a 6-series deal. You do whatever you want. Just make 6 of them.
Make it. Yeah.
And so if you see there's a big list of things that she's talked about. I think they're doing like a Nutcracker thing. They're doing this show. She's doing
He
so
made
much
the
shit.
Cloverfield Paradox. No, he was
He also
an
did the
executive
original.
producer.
He also
Yeah,
filmed the
executive
original Cloverfield.
Yeah.
This is Matt
10
Reeves we're talking about
Cloverfield
here.
Lane.
As executive producer.
Well,
Okay.
the vibe that has been said about this production so far is it's kind of going to be like Carbon.
Okay.
Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Altered
And
Carbon.
it's
so
been a
I don't
really
know.
great standout series for sci-fi and a lot of like so if it's anything like Altered Carbon, I'm definitely going to be giving it a shot.
Okay.
yeah.
I know our friend Whiskey is a huge fan of that
Yeah,
show.
It is
I'm
a
like,
fantastic show.
I'm super like just stoked on the fact that I love sci-fi as a genre, and then I love Shonda. So like, is this going to be like a very dramatic thing?
It is. It is supposed to have a lot of thriller, a lot of mystery.
I love space drama.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good.
I like the idea of like these two like people working together that you
Very
wouldn't have
separate
imagined.
minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica
One's a
vibes?
nerd,
Let's hope
the
so.
other
Yeah.
not a nerd.
Shut up.
Together.
Shut up.
Two
Good.
kind of different nerds
Shonda
together
Rhimes and Matt Reeves, the cops.
You're
in space.
You're making fun of my god. All right.
sorry.
Shonda is. I will admit though I haven't seen like all of her other shows, but I just like Grey's Anatomy a lot.
I
Yeah.
started watching the one about lawyers. I think that's How to Get Away
Oh,
with
that's a
Murder.
newer one.
Because I love. Oh God, what is her name?
Anything that has to do with murder makes me happy. So
Yeah,
That might
it's
be just a
not,
me thing.
It's this
an
actress that's
instruction
really
guide on how to
great,
get away with
and I
murder.
forget her name, but
Sounds
she's wonderful.
terrible. I
And
still
I'm,
watch that.
Everybody's
I'm-
talking over each other.
I don't know. I might watch it. I might continue watching it. It's
Cool.
also on Netflix. So
Sweet. All right. No other news. No, wait. Is there more news? Let's move on to our next slide. Oh, yeah. There is some more news coming soon now with Post Tomatoes, which always comes before.
Green
It
tomatoes.
makes me happy that Bond remembered. So basically, every week we look at new television and or film that is coming out. We assign what we think the Rotten Tomato score is going to be, and then we take a look at it the following week. Last week, what movies did we look at, Bond?
Last week it was Venom, Star Wars Resistance, and A Star Is Born.
Yes. Star Wars Resistance, a Disney XD TV series. But anyways, we thought the score was going to be 45 for Venom, and what did it get, Connor?
Well, audiences, because they like anything, gave it an 89%, and they left the theater going,
Wow.
it had Venom in it. Critics
Hey, there's a star.
gave it a 30%.
That's a big
calling,
difference.
Calling it, I mean, they compared it to Catwoman, which I don't think it's anything like
oh,
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
But it's definitely
that was bad.
the people who compared it to the Amazing Spider-Man like 2, dead on.
Okay.
Dead on. It's a movie made by a corporation.
Was that the one where Jamie Foxx was all weird looking?
Yes,
yeah.
yes, that's the
Okay.
one. Yeah.
A bunch of suits got together and went, "How do you make a superhero film?"
Any of you watch this?
What do they need?
All right, our producer did it.
Producer
He's
did.
the only one.
Yep.
He make sure to catch his review, right? You must have written one. It's Sandia Film Journal. What did you give it? He gave it a
C+.
C+. Okay, that's not awful.
Yeah,
it's watchable.
We're better than a 30% for sure.
Poor man's
Yeah.
upgrade.
I'll
You
accept
really
that.
liked Upgrade.
Upgrade's
Big
a
fan of
fantastic
Upgrade.
film. Yeah.
I still don't know anything about it, but I want to watch it now.
30%.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. 30 to
Well,
90%.
But look, we were pretty close in our score.
In our, of what we thought critics were going to get, which is what we vote on,
Yeah.
30, 45. That's not too
And
bad,
it's
actually.
and it's very honest considering the fact that's the one it deserves, because it's a lot like Batman versus Superman, where you think it's everyone loves it. No, it's trash. It's really trash. I don't know who liked this, but it's all trash.
I might like it.
It sucks to see Tom Hardy like try to make a movie good, and the movie just won't let him.
Yeah.
His accent was weird.
He
It worked.
yeah.
Okay, in the trailer it was weird.
I love Tom Hardy. I'm gonna
every
watch it.
acting decision Tom Hardy makes, I get
You get or is good?
is good. It's amazing.
No, he did one movie where he's a soldier who beats his wife or something.
Yeah, I saw
that
Bane.
movie.
I saw Dark Knight Rises.
That's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope.
Dunkirk.
No. What was it
He was
called?
great in Dunkirk. He
Bronson?
was great in Dark Knight Rises.
No, we're gonna find out right
Our
now.
Legend.
Nope.
Is it the one with Shia LaBeouf?
Nope.
Shia
Nope.
LaBeouf.
Nope. Nope.
Shia LaBeouf.
It
Locke?
is
God,
Child
I love
44,
Locke. Oh, that's
which
terrible.
I think it was Child 44, which is based off of a book, I believe. It was bad.
Whatever. You love Mad Max Fury Road. That's
Mystery
like one of
film
your
drama.
favorite movies.
It's
That,
so
Mad Max
good.
Fury was one of the best movies of all time.
Let's talk about
If
that.
you haven't seen Locke, you have to watch that movie. It's him literally just in a car on the phone, and he is so damn good. He
Really?
is so fucking charismatic in that
I
film.
think
That reminds
he's
me
a
of that movie
wonderful
Phone
actor.
Booth, where it's just a dude in a phone booth.
Or that movie
that
Buried,
movie.
where that dude's in a coffin.
Simple films. That's all we're asking
That's
for,
all we
people.
need.
Oh God.
All we need.
Okay, Star Wars Resistance.
Star Wars Resistance, we thought was going to get a 94%. It got a 91% by critics. So that's pretty
Nice.
close.
Nice.
Audience thought it was a little bit less exciting, but still liked it at an 80%.
Okay.
Hey, this proves that Star Wars is only ruined by its fans.
Yeah.
And it also proves that Star Wars is not always ruined by George Lucas because he's produced all of the animated series.
That's true. That's
So
correct. Yeah.
that's something for him. Not only that, he also created one of the best franchises of all time. Star Wars Resistance,
A
though,
religion.
the follow-up kind of ish to Star Wars Clone Wars and Rebels. This is a series that takes place between Episode 6 and Episode 7, I believe.
Follows what? The Ace Pilot?
It follows pilots, yes. Poe Dameron being one of the characters. It has a bunch of amazing actors like Jim Rash on it. God damn it, why am I always forgetting his child? Donald Faison is also. Nope.
Childish Gambino?
Nope.
No.
No, I was
Never.
not.
Never.
Well,
Josh
they're both named Donald.
Josh
so.
Brenner's in this. It's a shut up.
I mean,
Well,
Oscar Isaac, Adam Driver, Gwendolyn Christie, fucking awesome cast. Elijah
Starred
Wood.
Also probably one of our friends.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like Elijah Wood.
Yes. This I can't believe I didn't actually watch it. It's been a crazy busy week, but I'm super uber excited. It's also got this kind of like cell shade look to it. It was inspired by anime. But made by the same guy who made the
kind of
first
more
two
like
series.
Voltron too. It's like a
Or
lot
Avatar,
of,
yeah.
like a
Sure.
modern animation is what it's.
Yeah. It looked actually a lot like the Dragon Prince,
Yeah.
which if you didn't watch that series, created by the people who made Avatar, it's a new Netflix original. It is fucking good.
It's a weird thing where they're doing the cell shaded look that kind of reminds me of what China does with its animated films. If you haven't seen it, it's very much cell shady. It's a lot like this
Wind
series.
Waker.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, it's very watchable, is what it sounds like. And A Star Is Born, we thought was going to get an 85%. Jess, it got
91 and audience 85. So we were actually correct for one score.
Kind of.
enough for the
Kind
other.
of. Yes. No. It
And
works.
I have heard nothing but good things about this. So I'm
watched it.
actually going to go
Same,
see
yeah.
it.
Yeah. It was a pretty good film.
Do you want to come over and say something about it, Hector? No. He's not into the romance. Romance is creepy,
Yeah.
apparently.
The romance in the film is very
Predatory,
oddly
I think was the
placed.
word you used
Yeah.
earlier. Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a weird throwback to like how you think when you watch an 80s film and that cringy type of romance happens. It's
Yeah.
that,
Dude,
it's
even
got
like
that feel.
90s,
Yeah.
like a lot of that creepy romance stuff, like really felt. We watched one not that long ago. It was like, ooh, that was weird.
Like it's like thinking of like those
Or,
movies where people have transformations, where like it's that type of thing where it's like you're ugly but now you're beautiful.
Yeah, she's all that, and
Yeah.
I
It's
heard
like,
turns out she
You don't own her.
She was-
Turns
I
out
heard a
still hot.
review of this on NPR. They do some show about on NPR about movies, and it was really good. Like I had never listened to that show before, and I really liked it.
This movie is again, it's a remake that could be remade 1,000 times.
I think it
and
has
it's-
been remade 1,000 times.
Yep.
4 times.
Four
yeah.
times.
This is the 4th iteration. I think the first one was like 1930 something.
There's a really
Yeah.
cool picture of Lady Gaga with Barbara Streisand, who did the one before this, I think. And
It's well
they
deserved.
look a lot alike. I did not realize it.
It's the New York face.
It is. It's that Jewish nose.
It's that snaz.
I think she's
That's
cat.
But I
nice.
think
Lady
she's
Gaga's
Italian.
I think
She's
they
Italian.
prefer.
She's Italian.
They prefer
Italian.
Junos. Be sensitive.
Actually, I think Lady
is-
Gaga
I'm
is
the white guy.
Italian, and
You
I
should say
think
that.
Barbara Streisand's definitely Jewish. But they both have an identical
nose.
nose.
Yeah.
An identical nose. It's kind of crazy.
It is. There is a move from that movie. It's just.
And
Lady
they're both
Gaga is so
wonderful.
amorphous. I actually don't know what she looks like.
She's
I've never seen her look.
I like
Same
her
thing
a
with
lot.
Katy
Looks like a
Perry.
human.
I have no clue what these people look like.
Uh,
Every time they're on screen for something, they look different.
yeah.
she. You know why you don't know what she looks like? Because she's always in costume,
Is that what it is?
and she
it kind of plays on that too.
She's
inside the
not.
movie.
She doesn't do that anymore. Now
Yeah.
she's like she doesn't really do that as much anymore.
She
doesn't
Amy
wear,
Winehouse
like,
did.
she doesn't wear like
We-
meat suits anymore.
We really got to talk. Okay, me and you are going to have a chat about this movie because I want to talk to you after you've seen it because you're a big fan of hers, and it's just a
I
lot
am a
of.
fan of hers. I
There-
like her a lot.
There are a lot of things that are in her regular life that fit to this film too, and I think that's one of the reasons why. In pre-production, I think one of the behind the scenes is they they got together over a holiday because Bradley Cooper was just talking about it to her, and when she sang, like it became that's it. You're my partner, and this is the whole thing, and like it's been a very big experience for them to work together on this film.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So you're saying they're together?
No.
I mean that would be.
I think he's married.
I think yeah.
difficult. Yeah. I mean, do what you got to
Dylan,
do.
do you know what acting is?
No.
Okay, so they don't
Oh.
know.
Oh yeah, I
each
forgot
other.
that he's married to Irina Shayk, who's a Victoria's Secret.
Oh my gosh, that's her. What's her whole name?
Spell it.
Irina
say it out loud,
Valeryevna
Irina Valeryevna.
Shekilostamova.
She's a Russian
Let me try this again.
supermodel.
Gotcha.
Irina Valyevna
Russian
Shekilsomova.
supermodel.
Shekilostamova.
Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille
Shaquille
O'Neal.
Stamova. It's really hard.
All right, all right.
Shaq.
That's the end of Coming
Love
Soon now with
Shaq
Post
is one of
Tomatoes.
the place
Why-
where-
Let's move on
Don't
to
be
Coming
Russian.
Soon now with Pre-Tomatoes, which always comes after.
Green
Post
tomatoes.
Nope, not green.
Red tomatoes.
I feel like fried green tomatoes.
hot to potatoes. So we're going to assign some scores here. We got 3 new things coming out. We got First Man, the new No, that's not the Hulu original.
Nope, that one's already came out.
That's The First.
That is
Genuinely is a show called The First. The trailers dropped at the same time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's very
First Man, a
confusing.
new film that our producer actually watched, I
Ooh,
believe.
The kindergarten. Oh my god, so many
Kindergarten
good
Teacher,
movies. Oh my god.
which is a new Netflix original. And
it looks
Bad
good.
Times at the El Royale.
Yeah.
So
Badass.
let's go back to the First Man. First Man, sorry. You can't say the in front of this.
Yeah, you can't.
It's gonna fuck everything
So
up.
First
Yeah.
Man is about who?
Neil Armstrong.
Neil
Neil
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Yes.
Ryan Gosling.
First Man on the Moon.
It's about Ryan
About
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Deciding he wants to be an astronaut this time.
It's
Exactly.
a documentary.
Or the biggest hoax ever to some people.
This
No,
is
we landed on the moon.
I know. I'm
know.
joking.
Why can't we just
clearly.
land on the moon?
Talk to Joe Rogan about that. He'll tell you otherwise.
God damn it, Joe. Just let us land on the fucking moon.
And did our
Rogan.
producer see this? Yes. And
Last week.
how did you like it?
It's really smart, but
Smart,
Neil Armstrong's character is very
but Armstrong
stoic and distant.
Armstrong is stoic and distant.
and it's not about. See, the thing about this film too is First Man is not about. It's not about the actual moon trip. This is more about his family life,
which
and
is
the
what I'm
other side of it.
excited about.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Think about that, though. It's
Okay.
literally just about him being a husband and a father.
No, but come on. All good stories come out of relationships. And so for it to have just fully focused, I mean,
would
we're all
watch it-
talking out of our asses here. The only person that actually watched it was Hector.
Yeah.
But
What would you give it, Hector?
B+.
B+.
B plus.
See, that's
No,
good
B+ is
stuff.
good.
That's
But-
good.
It's not an A, but
It's good enough to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
It's got
definitely
Ryan
good enough to watch.
Gosling. I'll watch it.
Get an IMAX.
IMAX. Oh yeah, that just
Ryan
sounds like
Gosling
it.
is a
And
good
you've
actor.
convinced me now, man. Ever since Drive.
Ryan Gosling is fucking
Drive.
amazing.
He's great.
Fantastic, yeah.
I love Drive.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's done some weird out there films.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that.
What are we
And-
getting in this? What's the Rotten Tomato score for this?
75%.
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna say like 80.
I'm sticking with 75. I'm on Team 75 over here.
Yeah, I'm on Team 80.
You're on Team 80? All right.
77.
77.
77.
Guys, you're low.
I know.
We're
I feel like
low.
it's low too. I personally feel like it's going to be like a
I've
like an
heard-
80.
higher, but
I've heard that, like his review of the movie, I've heard from a lot of people. So I don't.
I feel like it's going to be like an 89.
we should do like an 89 or 85.
Let's go 80. Let's just go 80.
Okay, 80. We're going 80.
Going 80?
80.
Okay.
Draw.
80%.
Oh, that's right. I've heard magnificent skills of you drawing on these now.
Ochenta.
There you
Por
Whoa, big
ciento.
80. Yeah. All right. The Kindergarten Teacher, which we watched a trailer for.
Looked
God damn, it looks
so
good.
freaking good.
Is this a sequel
Maggie
to Kindergarten Cop?
Gyllenhaal.
No.
God damn
out.
that woman. She's
I
good.
lost interest now.
Yes, and I'm
I'm
very
out.
excited because we
Good
just watched
actress.
what was a required viewing? It was Donnie Darko recently.
Uh-huh,
She's great in that.
Oh.
Love her. Love her.
I got really
and
confused.
if you don't know what this is about, it is about a savant child, and she's a kindergarten teacher. She's his teacher. She finds out, Jesus Christ, Hector. It's for
That
Halloween.
zero is important.
Basically, from what it seems like, she kidnaps the kid to use his
Intelligence.
intelligence, more or less. I
so
think he's like a
creepy.
poet.
Oh my god, it's creepy as fuck.
And
52%.
God damn, it
No,
looks
it's
so
Oscar
good.
bait.
I love
It looks like
pedophilic
Oscar bait.
films. It's
But
one of my
it's
favorite
Netflix.
genres.
I'm
giving
gonna
it-
say like 90.
I would go 90. I agree with Jeff.
Staying at 52.
Hey, did you watch the trailer?
I'm going for an
No.
85.
Oh, looks good.
85.
85?
Yeah,
God
I think
guess
the
damn,
most
so.
how do you
realistic
average
answer
this
is
out? I think this
85.
averages out at like 80 or something.
80 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are we
Which
just
I'm
gonna
cool
choose
with.
80 for all of these?
Yep, we'll
80.
see.
El Royale, 80. Moving on.
No.
No,
You
El
can go
Royale,
straight
I'll
to
give
El
it
Royale's gonna get like
66.
Yeah, I would go lower. I think Jess was going to go higher, but I agree with the
no,
66.
no. I was
95.
thinking like 75, 70.
No, I have seen trailers for this. 95.
So wait, you give it a 95, you gave it a what?
75?
I gave it like a 66.
I'll go 98, and I think that averages out around 80.
There we go.
Tomatoes.
80, 80.
So here's the
80.
thing. It's also my favorite number, so I think it's funny we're choosing this number.
There you go. It's because Bond's here. I will say the cast. Actually, for all three of these are pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Very-
the stories look really cool. These are not bad. These are not bad.
Yep.
That's a better color. Yeah. There you go.
That one. Since
Artistic
it's already
prowess,
red.
a la Hector.
Thank you, Hector.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Hector.
Hector. That's what we needed.
Looks
All right.
beautiful.
Let's move on to our next slide, which is just some more things that I think are worth talking about, but we won't assign a score to. Speaking of, we'll look at the scores next week, see how on we were. That's what we think the critical score is going to be. Anyways, the first one we're going to look at is the new Prime original called The Romanovs, the return of Matthew Weiner, who is most known for the creator.
For being a whiner.
Matthew Weiner.
Matthew Weiner. I'm sorry.
Weiner.
For most
being
known
a
for being the
wiener.
creator of
Wiener head.
Mad
Wiener
Men.
head.
Mad Men, one of the best television shows of all
know.
time.
And it's going to be very much like that.
You may be a wiener, but you are a winner when it comes to Mad Men.
When it comes to writing stories,
Yeah.
honestly.
I-
I'm very excited. This is about the Romanovs, or it's about like six different stories. It's like a
It's
6-part
going to be
series
difficult.
about people who believe they are part of the Romanov family.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have a hard
Didn't they
time
already
wanting to
make
watch
that
this.
movie?
Did they?
Yeah.
Twilight?
Well, this is not a movie. This is a series.
Isn't that the direct plot of Anastasia? Is she?
Oh yeah, Jessica mentioned this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen
She's
it.
Romanov.
I wish Anastasia was a Disney movie so they could make a live action version.
Hey, Fox, don't fuck it up.
Oh my god, it's so good! I love it. Anyway,
I've been very excited. Basically, when Mad Men ended, only within like a few months, I think
Yeah.
he announced this, and then that he was writing a book, and so
He took time off. He's been taking this one slow.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say, this is where the rap lyric applies: "Hate the player, not the game."
Wow.
For me, personally.
Well, yeah, and here's I don't know if that's in direct reference to the fact that he was under a lot of scrutiny. One of his writers on like season 5 of Mad Men came out, and it was like a #MeToo thing where she said that he said some things that
Was
were
a
pretty awful. I guess.
D-bag.
The writer, the creator of Mad Men. What?
Actually, I heard somebody make that joke. Yes.
He
How is
has
that
so
possible?
much respect
I mean,
for
they
women.
treat women so well in that show.
Yeah, that's
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me that The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my god, that would be so. If this guy was so genuine about The Handmaid's Tale.
oh my gosh. I thought this was reality. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I made
yeah.
a documentary, not a.
Documentary.
This really happens.
Well,
It's getting there. It's getting there.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
pretty much
completely wrong, yeah.
exactly how women were treated in those time periods. So
Yeah.
anyway,
It actually looks like a 9-part series. I thought it was 6, but goddamn, I'm so excited. That's what's coming out this week. I got to catch up. I got Star Wars. I got the Romanovs. That's what I'm doing all week.
I'll watch Romanovs.
All right. The
we're going to the
Haunting.
movies. What are you talking about? There's so many good movies.
There's
coming
a
out.
lot of good movies. The Haunting of Hill House.
That
Which you watched a
looks
trailer for, and it looks interesting.
I know nothing about this.
Yeah,
so.
same.
Yeah.
We watched this last week, and there wasn't a ton of. Maybe the week before. I can't
It
remember.
looked
No,
meh.
you watched this without me.
Was it without you?
Yeah.
No, I think you just don't remember it. Honestly,
No,
it wasn't a super memorable trailer.
wasn't there. I was there.
Oh, never mind. So damn,
It
was
was
that
meh.
long? Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Titans,
not sure how I
Is
feel
this-
about this.
Is this based off of a classic film?
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it.
No,
I
because
feel like there's a lot of houses on hills that are based off classics.
there is.
And they're
There's
haunted.
always houses
There's
on
literally
hills.
one by the same exact name.
Yeah.
So
All
I'm
right.
hoping. Yeah.
So that's the Haunting of Hill House and DC's
Oh, it's a
Titans.
novel.
You're right. It is coming out, obviously. Based off a novel. Sorry, Haunting of Hill House.
Eek.
And Titans, the new DC original that is coming out, I believe, on the new DC streaming service.
Trash.
It looks so
trash.
Not into it,
bad.
huh?
Not
Yeah, the
even.
trailer was interesting. To say the least.
Look,
Batman.
It was very dark.
Yeah.
that was the big.
that's the
takeaway.
dumbest line you would ever start off with. Starfire looks like literally a fucking hoe.
She looks.
looks like a hoe.
No. Whoever made her costume did not
Fire
do
that
that.
bitch. Fire that bitch,
Maybe
and she needs to get the fuck
maybe
out of
they
that job.
want her to be a hoe, though.
So
You know what?
They Harley
There
Quinn
are
her?
better.
Co-liberation, okay?
No, here's the thing though. I don't shame, but you got to do it right, and they did not do it right.
No,
Oh,
it just
God.
looks like a bad
Oh
costume.
my god.
Yeah.
I will say the poster doesn't excite me.
Nothing about this series is going to be good. And whoever decided to make this series, I hope you never work again.
Oh wow.
Wow, he's
That's
definitely
harsh.
not into it.
Oh,
Rough.
Would you at least
I
watch
love
the
Titans, that's
pilot?
thing. Oh, I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, you are.
I'm
Okay.
gonna watch it.
All right.
It's just the fact that they are going to destroy my favorite comic book series and my favorite fucking superhero
And
ever.
still
Spider-Man.
and still not bring back the animated series everybody wants.
Yeah,
Like
Well,
that's the funny part to me.
Yeah.
is Teen Titans. I didn't like the cartoon, but everybody else did.
People
so
fell in love with
everybody else sees this Teen Titans series as like perfect, and then they're like, okay, but now it's just for kids, and fuck you.
yeah.
And now, okay, it's for adults, but it's live action and bad, and fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you missed Connor's timeline, it was Teen Titans Go, and then Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no Cyborg, so fuck you.
All of this is
Yeah,
anger.
so that is the other things coming out this week. I'll watch the Romanovs. Cool. Let's move on to our other pieces of news, which is actually we're in the review section. I'm sorry. What are we reviewing this week? I think our first part of the review section are what are you watching? So do any of you have anything, a movie or film or television
Yes.
series that you want to talk about? Go ahead, take it away.
All right.
Go for it.
I saw Ocean's 8 yesterday.
Oh, what'd you think?
It was all right. It was. I mean, I liked all the actresses. Okay, I'm gonna tread this thing very carefully. Here we go.
Just gonna pull a Hector.
No. I got this. I got this. I have my words and thoughts prepared. I know
There's
all
only
of.
me.
I know
I'm
all of those women
Mild
can
mannered.
carry a film and make a
Oh,
good
Aquafina could make the best film of all time.
Make, Sandra Bullock.
What are you talking about?
Sandra Bullock and Kate Blanchett don't need to prove to me.
No, but Rihanna does.
No. So, I think I need to go back and rewatch the Ocean's films.
Okay.
This was to me like this is the girl Ocean's movie.
Okay.
And I guess that's fine. I kind of wish it was just an Ocean's movie with girls. instead of like the we're girls.
Okay.
And that's kind of why I think the Ghostbusters movie suffered. It
It's
makes
guaranteed
me
why.
worried about the direction of the new Doctor in Doctor Who, because if she's just the Doctor and happens to be a girl, awesome, solid, I love it, it's great because anyone can look up to that. But when it's just like, no, she's a woman.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Be specific.
I feel like they treat that as a gimmick. And I think it's disrespectful to women when you use the fact that they're women, and you don't see that a lot.
Jessica?
I don't know.
Because I don't want to offend
I haven't
Jessica.
seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
so
I mean,
I
you-
can't.
yeah.
I
No,
can't say.
I think
yeah,
more
yeah.
the concept that I just presented.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what-
mean,
yeah.
I guess I could see that because it does seem like they're. I don't know. Like a lot of the stuff seems like it's over the top for women.
Yeah, it's
Which
So what you're worried about is how we celebrate women in
well, it's
film.
like Dr. Pepper 10 for men.
Okay.
It makes no
Yeah.
sense to me. It's
Yeah.
just Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
A movie's just a movie. It was really well shot. The costumes were great. All of the performances were amazing. My only complaint, and you can't really review this movie without being a little bit spoilery. There is no conflict.
Yeah.
No conflict in the movie whatsoever.
That's hard to make a movie
They
like
literally
that.
just get away with it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's no
like
They
that.
get
standout
away
villain.
with it, and then some.
Yeah.
No drama, no problems, no bad guys.
Ah,
Movie ends.
That's not good.
what? No, no,
You know,
no.
the closest they get is James Corden. And I didn't realize he was in this movie until
Okay.
he popped out of his car. And,
James Corden as a bad guy?
no, not a bad
No,
guy.
just in the film.
A super serious, like he's the insurance investigator to end all insurance investigators.
no.
And
He's
he's
the
played
guy.
by James fucking Corden.
No.
All right.
Okay, no.
All right. So
I
this
thought
is
Anne Hathaway was supposed to be the bad guy. In this
No,
movie.
first off, Anne Hathaway is phenomenal in this movie.
Yeah.
As she is in every movie. I love Anne
I love her
Hathaway.
too.
As everyone would say, just put a ring on her because no matter what, she's
Although
America's
this
fucking
movie has
sweetheart.
an unfortunate obsession with the size of her breasts. They bring it up a lot that Anne
Do they
Hathaway
really?
has big boobs, and it's yeah.
I
Does
haven't
she?
really noticed that about her.
Does she? I've never noticed her
she's-
boobs.
I'm being serious. Maybe it's,
true, though.
because I'm a woman and I don't look at that.
That's what you're saying. That
I've
was like
actually-
a
I don't
thing that you
immediately
weren't-
look at
okay.
people's breasts.
That's rule one for a guy.
Just kidding. I'm joking.
That's my
I'm
whole thing. It's like rated R superhero films. I just don't like. It worked for Logan. It worked for Deadpool. Don't treat the rated R like a gimmick. Don't treat all
okay.
female casts
Yeah.
like a gimmick.
That's actually not a bad analogy because it makes more sense.
Yeah.
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 I mean, yeah.
I mean-
I think women deserve, to be leads in films and have entire films centered around women. But if you're going to do it in a way where it's like, they're girls now, and usually you see guys in this, but now they're girls. It's like, well, just let them be.
It's
in the...
part of the big problem when you see cinema in general.
I
is
just
that
think
when
it's
we see
dudes
things
not
happening.
understanding
Yeah.
how feminism and equality works.
Yeah, if a movement's happening, all entertainment want to do is sell it.
right.
That's the main job.
Like-
This is now something.
It's like
people
when
have to talk about.
when Michael Jackson died, and then I worked at Best Buy, and then there was a huge rack dedicated to Michael Jackson, and then they pumped up the prices on the CDs.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
Yeah.
Like Star Wars, the new Star Wars movies have a black guy and a woman as their leads.
Yeah.
And they just have them as their leads. They're not making
not a
this,
big fucking
this
deal.
huge thing about Finn's black?
Yeah. And it's only a big
Raise
deal.
girl?
How dare they? What is this? Only a big deal after the movie's
Yeah.
out.
They
Only a
just
big deal
did
after
it.
the
They
movie's out.
just did it.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah,
me so angry.
it's interesting because we want to celebrate these things.
I just don't consider that celebrate.
This is not a great celebration
Yeah.
of women in film. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, I'll probably still watch it just because I think it looks like fun.
It's a decent
My
watch.
parents said
I
the
like
same
me
thing
some
that you said.
Soderbergh. He makes good films.
My
Was-
parents said,
What was the last one? Lucky Logan.
Oh, that one was so good.
Insane was his last one.
That was the one
Oh.
on the iPhone.
that looks good.
Yeah,
I've
Claire
never-
Foy.
I still need to watch Unsane.
Yeah, I do want to watch Unsane.
Logan Lucky was pretty good.
Logan
I
Lucky
liked
was
Logan
great.
Lucky.
That was a fun
Yes.
film.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
But he doesn't direct.
What did he do? He's just a producer, or okay, gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha.
Directed by
Alright.
Gary Ross. I don't know anything about him.
What else did you guys watch?
Go ahead.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
I watched Legend,
Okay.
and it's if you don't know about the film, it's another. I forgot his name. The guy who literally Tom Hardy. It's Hardy playing two brothers
the
who are
one where he
gangsters.
plays twins.
Yeah, the ones where he plays twins. And I watched it because someone in my play was really obsessed with this one scene where it's like, "Fuck's that? Is that a fuck? It's a rolling pin. What's she gonna do? Bake me a fucking cake?" I was like, "This is beautiful. I like this film." But yeah, it's about two gangsters, and it's a fun film. Like, I wasn't really paying attention to it, but it has I forgot what is her name, Emily Browning, and I don't see her in a lot of work, and I loved her in it. It's just like, it's very much a movie to watch when you're bored. It's not like a hit film or anything, but there's some good scenes where Tom Hardy really takes out that I am two different people, and I didn't fuck this up. And I expected him to fuck it up a lot.
Cool.
Yeah. He's an interesting actor. He like got so big, so quickly, and then started getting cast in everything. If you look at his IMDb, he's like always doing something.
His career started in Star Trek. Like, it's so weird. It's like
crazy.
one of the worst Star Trek films to ever
Black
exist.
Hawk
Hawk
Down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I think he was great in Dark Knight Rises. I liked it.
He's
I actually
probably
liked him
one
in
of
it,
the better
too.
parts of Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
best
I think
accent
Bane is,
of
like,
all of the Batman
amazing.
series.
I loved
Do
Layer
you
Cake.
feel in control?
That's a good line. That is a good line. Don't make fun of it.
No, I'm not.
I
But
like
do.
it.
It's
I
like the
really
best part of
like
that
It
movie.
is. It's so good. I was like, no, he does not
I feel
in
like
control.
people didn't know who he was until that movie.
That was
Inception.
Yeah.
Inception.
Also
And-
Inception. Yeah.
He played a
Oh,
smaller
Sucker
part of it.
Punch. He's in Sucker Punch. That was a weird one.
Yeah.
It was-
Rock and Rolla
Rolla.
was actually. I remember liking that.
God, Bronson was so good. Bronson was so good.
I've
Cool.
heard
Great
good
in
things
Warrior.
about Lawless. I don't know. We'll see.
Warrior was all right.
Warrior
Lawless
was really good. Warrior was
Mad Max
for a
Fury
movie
Road,
about
great.
UFC fighting. Like,
Yeah.
Warrior was
It's
awesome.
He
serious.
was
You can get
great
with
in
that.
Dunkirk.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
he was
Dunkirk.
good in Dunkirk. Jessica, what'd you watch?
I watched Confirmation, which is a docudrama kind of it's not
About
about
Catholicism?
about the Anita Hill hearings. Anita Hill, Clarence Thomas hearings. And it stars the awesome Kerry Washington and the guy that plays Clarence Thomas, I forget his name. Oh, Wendell Pierce. And then Greg Kinnear plays Joe Biden.
Damn.
It is very good. I was like pretty much riveted. And the reason why I watched it is because, of course, all this Kavanaugh stuff happening. I was very, very interested because people were drawing parallels to these hearings constantly. And so I just thought, well,
She was in jail.
let me just depress myself some more
Yeah.
about the state of the way things are going and just
This is what
watch
she's
this.
known for, though.
But it was actually really, really good. It reminded me of how I felt when I watched People versus O.J. Simpson with Cuba Gooding Jr. I loved that miniseries. Oh my god, it was so good. Sterling K. Brown and Sarah Paulson. That's a great one. But
That's
this
so
one's
good.
also really, really, really good.
It's not a series. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's on HBO. It's not that long. I would really recommend it. If you are not completely messed up from all the Kavanaugh stuff, like, I would watch it because it's fascinating how similar it is. It's really kind of disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
weird how
Yeah.
similar.
It's
it is
history repeating
about
itself.
another
History
judge.
likes to repeat itself.
And she
Damn, is
was
that-
treated even more arguably like crap because she was black. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was a black judge.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's America.
And he wasn't really allowed to be as angry as Kavanaugh was because he's black. And if
yeah.
he was an angry black man,
Yeah,
how
the
would
way
that
they
go
portrayed
over?
it is that he was very poised.
Right.
Yeah. Is that a word?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally a word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Poise
I'm
or
never-
poised?
Both are
That
words.
girl is poison.
I love that
Crew
song.
used to do it.
But anyway,
Yeah.
it's great.
She's
It's
great. I
really
like
good.
Washington.
Bobby
She's really
Bray.
Yeah, she's really good.
Back
I
in
think
the place.
yeah. Again, if you're not completely depressed and over all this crap, like just give it a watch because
It's
it's good acting.
yeah.
And if you are depressed, I watched Pop Star. There's a movie that
Good
keeps on
segue.
giving. What's the tagline?
Never stop, stop.
Never stop, never stopping, which is one of the best taglines I've probably ever heard.
It does sound good.
Yeah. Thank you to the Perez's for recommending that and giving me the steel case Blu-ray to watch that on. I'm pretty sure it's a steel case. That's all he's got. Produced by Apatow and Samberg. It's a Lonely Island film. It looks like it says it grossed $9 million, failing to meet its budget of $20 million. Damn, that sucks.
It was definitely
You mean to tell me Pop Star didn't make its money back at the box office?
I definitely barely heard about that movie when it came out, but I will say it's actually it's really funny. It's
definitely
Lonely
gotta be
Island
closer.
Boys. These guys are super funny.
Hot Rod's pretty funny the first time you watch it.
People, actually one of my favorite characters in this was Maya Rudolph and Eric Andre, which they're like side characters too. But Andy Samberg kills it. He just knows how to kill it. He actually hits all the really good charming parts when he wants to be charming, like the really vulnerable parts, but he's also can play a really good big douche.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand, it's about a dude who's a pop star. And he kind of starts to become washed up and a has been, and then things kind of turn around. He has a big turnaround in his character. I won't spoil all of it. Oh my God, what's his name from SNL? He also did The Ladies Man.
Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows, thank you. I really like the movie The Ladies Man. Tim Meadows is so funny.
You like The Ladies Man?
I love that
God
movie.
damn, you are a weird person.
That might be one of my favorite SNL movies.
Up is to you, but
The Ladies Man. I grew up. Dude, nobody's seen that
You're
movie.
a
I was the
pumpkin
only
man.
I
person.
don't
thank
know
you.
this show.
He is
I
a
don't know
very
what this is.
complicated
Dylan,
Yeah.
I love you. You're so weird to me. We should hang out.
He's like an alien.
I do want to. I thought about it.
Guys, get a room.
I know,
God.
God.
I mean, we're
damn
serious
it.
now this time. Should we leave? Do we-
So Jessica, Jessica, she just doesn't get you, man. That's all I'm saying.
So, anyways, give this a watch if you're looking for I will say, I watched it in 3 parts. It felt kind of long to me. That's probably largely
And
my
I'm
fault.
done for the night.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
It's only an hour and a half.
Let's
I
see where
could.
Pop Star left me off yesterday.
30-minute increments.
It's ridiculous
Times
though.
3.
It's good fun. You're gonna have a good time. I'm trying other movie parody ones like Walk Hard. Was that a movie?
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like that.
Walk Hard's pretty fun.
feel good movie. Have fun
Sure.
with it.
Yeah. Maybe my favorite part. The R&B singer Seal plays himself and he gets eaten by a pack of wolves. In this movie, that's how ridiculous this movie gets.
Dear
You watch him get
God.
ripped apart by a pack
All right.
of wolves. It's good. It's good
Sold.
times.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like Andy Samberg. I think he's funny.
Yeah. So
on
that
a
is
boat.
the What Are You Watching segment. Let's move on to our movie of the week. I chose this one, a required viewing. It is called You Were Never Really Here. I'm hearing an ugh from our producer who doesn't understand film.
He runs the second most popular movie blog.
I usually ask the question, why did you choose this? To the person who chose it. The thing is, I chose it, and I chose it because I watched it at the beginning of summer, I believe, is when this kind of dropped at a small theater in San Fran, a very cool theater. But even cooler was the movie. It is and was directed by
Lynn Ramsey,
Lynn Ramsey.
Scottish director.
We need
yes.
to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, we need to talk about Kevin. That's what she's known for. I have not seen that, which I need to watch, but apparently kind of a similar tone in this kind of dark, weird space.
This is a dark movie.
Yeah, so go ahead and let's talk about it. You've seen this.
Yeah.
We all watched it. That was the kind of the thing. Did you?
I didn't have time.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
Bon, how'd you feel?
I remember watching this pretty much right around the same time that you were watching it, and good God, this movie starts strong.
Yeah.
There is no holding back. You start immediately with a boom. Hey, this is what he does. This is who he is.
Yes.
And you go on to him catching just a regular life, which is really nice to see. It's so grounded and it's so relaxed how he's just spent time with my mom, really normal.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to meeting that little girl, I was so furious. I had such a strong reaction. I immediately went to my punching bag. I had to pause the movie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it will, because it gets into, and this is a spoiler review, so we can say this is a lot of the story revolves around a child sex ring.
Yeah.
Which is why
with a politician.
With
the
the highest
politician.
politicians in New York. Yeah.
right.
Very plausible. Could actually really happen.
You heard it here
happen.
first.
Fucking libtards.
Fucking libtards.
saying.
I do want to say the Rotten Tomato
Libtards for life,
critical consensus was "You Were Never Really Here" is bracingly elevated by typically committed Joaquin Phoenix and confirms director Lynn Ramsey as one of modern cinema's most uncompromising voices. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah.
It is so strong. I'd say maybe the major theme of this movie was PTSD, depression.
Yeah.
And a lot of flashbacks in this film. And it's also like could have been a silent film with how little dialogue there is.
Yeah.
It's almost a silent film. The music plays very well as this ominous
Very
background.
soft. Yeah. And it's weird because the moments where he's giving attention to that girl and they are just having a conversation and he's just like, I know what you're going through. I can feel those same exact emotions.
Yes.
And that sense of camaraderie just
They
really
related
goes
to each other.
Yeah.
That was so
through
strong.
trauma, through shared trauma,
shared
they
trauma.
both had this like terrible thing happen to them.
And he's
Terrible
not
things.
even in the movie with her a lot. It's actually mostly him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a trope in these like hero films is the lead actor finding a distraught little girl and then he kind of
Takes
helps
on,
her.
yeah.
What was that movie with I'm never going to remember
Logan?
it. So no. Well, yeah, that's actually not a bad one.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
Drive. Okay.
Drive.
Yeah, another good point. Yes. Yes. So yeah, what I'm saying
Man
is that
on
it's a
Fire.
trope. It happens.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Man
Oh,
on
yeah,
Fire.
Man
I
on
love that
Fire.
movie.
But this wasn't an overused part of the trope, or the trope wasn't overused. I'd say certainly. It was mostly focusing on his because of his background, how he like lives through life now,
Yeah.
the world that he lives in, the life that he lives, the job that he has,
Right.
this incessant need to want to hurt himself almost,
Yeah.
or
Just getting right to the edge.
Yes.
Well, and it's like every time he's stressed, he has to do that in order to comfort himself because that's what he used to do when he was a kid, when his parents were fighting,
Yeah.
when his dad was beating the crap out of his mom.
And if you don't know what it is, he literally just takes a bag over his head and he like pretty much suffocates himself.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
And then the part with the knife where he keeps moving his foot.
Yeah.
He's almost stabbing himself.
Almost causing a shit ton of pain.
It's like self mutilation or self harm as
That's control.
control. Yep.
It's
Yeah.
controlling something.
That's a good point. Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. I love there's this scene where he goes home and he knows that there's going to be people in his house trying to kill him, and he knows that his mom's dead at this point.
Yeah.
And he gives this guy who's still alive,
So good.
who killed his mom,
You wanna drink?
a pain pill.
Yeah.
He gives him a pain pill. First of all, like, here, take a pain pill.
After he shoots him in the stomach.
Yeah, and then he like sits there and like holds his hand and like they sing together. It is so like
Beautiful.
there's nothing.
It's
I don't know. It's like this
human.
weird thing. Yeah, it's compassion in a moment of like I don't know
Anger.
Yeah.
Like it's just
When
movie
do
has a lot of that.
when do you see this in film? When
It's
do you see
crazy.
the good guy shoot the bad guy and
sit
then
with the bad
hold
guy.
him?
Yeah.
And I don't. It was just oh my
but
god.
the
that
lines
scene.
are so blurred. You don't really. I mean, he is kind of a bad guy
No,
too.
yeah, he's a mercenary.
Because he's a
He does-
mercenary.
yeah.
He kills people.
This movie wanted to push buttons with how gray everything is, and I do like that because it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I know, I kill people. That's what I do.
and
That's- yeah.
and the dad of the little girl is like in on you
Everything.
think you assume that he's in on everything because he ends up like jumping off a building and you're not sure if like I wasn't sure if he got pushed off the building or if he actually like committed suicide
Or both.
because he was involved.
Yeah,
Like
a little bit of column A.
it's
a
like
column B.
he was actually like probably giving his daughter to this
Monster.
other politician.
There's a lot of like significant standout scenes. The scene with the hammer where he's going to kill everybody that's part of the sex ring.
Yeah.
It's not actually super violent. Like it kind of looks violent, but they don't show much. And it's all done through the CCTV.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really cool artistic way to show the violence, I guess.
That scene where he pulled his tooth out, though, that was freaking brutal. I was like, I don't want to watch this, man.
That's the thing, though, and the scene where he buries his mom by releasing her into the lake. So many like
going into her with the lake. Into
the lake with her.
Like, just
it's really.
And you
iconic.
think he's trying to kill himself at first because he has
Yes.
all these rocks in his pockets, and then he changes his mind because he thinks of the little girl, and he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go save her."
And then I don't know if it's my favorite scene, but I think one of the best scenes is at the end of the movie when he's sitting at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And him and the little girl are talking like, "What do we do now?" And he's like, "Honestly, I don't know." Like he doesn't know how to handle life in general. And then he just saw a lot of traumatic things that must have brought up a lot of things from the past. She goes off to the restroom, and then he fantasizes. You don't know at first, but he fantasizes about blowing his head off.
Yeah.
And you see all that violence.
Yeah.
But then everybody
and you see
around
everybody
him,
around him that's just like
So
doesn't
calm.
care, doesn't
Yeah.
see, doesn't.
and that's because he didn't actually blow his head off, but like, and I think also that was maybe like to
It's
point out like would
metaphorical.
the world continue without him? Would it matter if I were still here?
That's the thing. You were never really here. It's like, do people?
Oh my God! How did I not know that?
It's like,
boom.
do people care? Like,
But it's also I thought
and that's a lot of times why people commit suicide, because they're like, nobody's gonna fucking care.
no one's gonna remember.
Nobody's gonna miss me.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
And it's a weird thing too, because I felt that was also a thing about him, just by himself, where he's just like, hey, this is me killing my old self now because I want this little girl to have a good future, because that's all he does. The only reason why he does anything is like, I want this little girl who's been through so much shit to have a good life now. I will do whatever it takes.
I don't want
I
her to
didn't
be
catch
as
that
fucked
as
up
much,
as
but I
am.
agree that that's probably where it was gonna go.
Yeah.
Because he wants to protect her. He's not.
And there's a lot
he's
of
not a bad
flashbacks.
guy.
No,
right?
he's not. I mean, it's gray, but he has had a lot of trauma himself.
In this film, he's a vigilante, basically.
Yeah.
It's also one of the only signs of you seeing him wanting to live on and do anything else besides killing.
Sure.
Because again, this guy has been in a hit or miss gray area state where he doesn't care.
And in the past, it looked like
He
there was
in the
a
military.
van where there were like Asian women who were like frozen, and I think he may or may not have had something to do with that, and it clearly traumatized him that he was a
Yeah.
part of it in some
Yeah.
way.
It was like a human trafficking, sex
That's
he
what it
trafficking.
looked
discovered
like.
something
thing.
else. Yeah.
And then the military thing, you got to see like he was somehow in the military or something bad happened
He's
to him.
he's definitely in the military.
And then it all started with like, seeing his dad repeatedly abuse him verbally and then treat his mom like
Like
shit,
trash,
like
yeah.
beat the crap out of her in front of him.
I watched a panel for this for the cast and crew. I guess the director mostly. I was listening to like I was so interested as to how she went about this. Apparently, she offered it to Joaquin, and Joaquin didn't want it at first, and then he really sat down with the script and decided this was a movie worthwhile. And if you notice how Joaquin chooses his films too, he's picky.
He's very
The
picky.
guy, he's no oh my God, who does March of the Penguins?
Morgan
He's no
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
who does anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't care.
like his
He
brother.
clearly cares. Not only that, really gets into character. Apparently, he changed his physique like a lot of great actors do, where they literally go through like bodily changes. He apparently said, like, quote unquote, you wanted to look like a bear, just unmovable force.
He switched his body from like he usually stands up very tall and very upright, as you can see him
Very
now as the Joker.
slouched.
Like
Yeah.
this is such a big difference, and you can see it because like he's grizzled down. He's let this hair settled in. He's gained some pounds. He changed his whole entire stance and like how he's just a different person.
It's so
And
fascinating.
he is freaking brutal when he kills those people. You can tell he's got so much pent up anger. I mean, and I have to say, like, just like you, I was like, good. Kill those fuckers.
Fucking kill him.
This movie has like started to settle Joaquin into like a top 10 category for me.
Yeah.
He is so fucking fascinating. I'm really interested to see what he does with the Joker.
I'm excited because he's gonna do something good.
He's gonna do something different.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah.
big.
He's actually gonna act.
Yeah,
He's
I'm a
not
big
gonna
fan of
be
him
a part.
in general. I think he's a good actor. He's a weird dude in real life. A very weird dude.
Was it Joaquin too that also did the most recent? Is it Sisters Brothers? Brothers
Yeah.
Sisters?
Sisters
Yeah.
Brothers?
Which I think is getting good reviews.
It is. I want
Um,
to see it. It looks good.
And yeah, I'm excited about
Love me
that.
some
It's
John
like
C.
it's a
Reilly.
Western film
Oh, okay.
with
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly of all people. They're
Interesting.
both leads. It's a weird mix, I think. But I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Check it out.
He's
Yeah.
really good in Signs. Do you guys remember when he was in
Yes.
Signs?
Yeah, he's the one that
He's
has
like
the best
pretty much the
scene where
best
he's
part of
pointing at the.
Signs.
What does he say to the screen?
Something like "Andale,
Yeah.
niños."
He's like, get out of the way, because there's an alien crossing. That's a really good scene. Yeah, thank you, Joaquin. Thank you, Lynn Ramsey. I gotta go watch now the Kevin movie.
Oh,
We
yeah.
talk about
We need
Kevin.
to talk about Kevin. I hear it's really weird, really crazy.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up. I'm cool with fucked up, dude. This movie's super fucked up too.
Yeah,
Apparently,
it's very
I
fucked
like
up.
those kind of films. But I think this is a movie that's gonna like stick with me. Honestly, not a lot of films like this. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. All right, let's move on to our last portion of the day. It is last genre standing. This is a little game that we play every week. Not the same exact one. It's the same in that it's usually last blank standing. What we're going to do is go down the line and start eliminating things. In this case, it is the
Island of
last
fantasy.
best genre. I'm going to go through these genres. And we're going to, again, one at a time, eliminate these things. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 4 of us. So each of us will choose one. We'll have Bond choose last. But I'm going to go through these genres. Again, the last genre standing is the best one of all time.
'Kay.
So say we all. So the top, there's kind of some mixing here. This is kind of hard to fix them all in. But I think we can do science fiction fantasy as one. The second one is romance. The third one, I say horror thriller. The fourth one, I say action adventure. And then the last one, comedy, can get its own. You're going first, Connor.
All right.
What are you eliminating?
I'm eliminating horror. Get out of there.
Get out of there,
It's
really?
niche.
Thrillers.
It's niche. It's only good 1 month a year.
No.
You're taking out thrillers too.
Hereditary. You're taking out thrillers too, which is arguably the best genre of all
Horror
time.
No.
and thriller.
No. Get out of there, horror. Don't need you. Don't
It was your
want ya.
choice. It was your choice. I totally
okay.
understand.
It's okay.
That's totally fine. I'm
Sorry,
going to
guys.
remove romance. It is another niche genre.
That's never good.
Yeah,
never-
it's hard to make.
Groundhog Day, Jerry Maguire.
Clueless.
You're done.
And Ever After, arguably some of the best romance movies.
Her is the best romance movie.
So good.
Joaquin Phoenix. I fucking love Joaquin, dude. Jessica, what are you eliminating?
Comedy.
Wow.
Don't
Saying
hate
that
me.
to a room
Don't
full
give
of
a shit.
comedians.
Got you.
Bad person.
Because they got rid of horror.
They
Yeah.
That
it
was
is.
made
Yeah.
out of spite.
Just a bit.
All right,
Right, a thriller. It's my
last two
one of my
standing are
favorites.
action adventure or science fantasy, let's say. Science fiction and fantasy. Bon, what is the last genre standing?
This is my 2 favorite ones.
Is it really?
They are.
Action,
Cool.
adventure, and sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what are the things you imagine when you're a kid? You imagine adventure.
Mm-hmm.
You also imagine all the crazy things that could happen.
There's some mixing too, like
God.
Indiana Jones is
Total Recall.
like a fantasy action.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, this is hard. I will say.
But you have to choose.
Yeah, superhero films fit into
must
one.
decide.
Superhero
into
films fit into
both.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, they fit into both. I would have to get rid of...
There's a right answer here.
There is.
There's no right answer because they're both amazing.
One of them gave us Fast and the Furious, though.
One of them gave us Battlestar Galactica, though.
Yeah.
man.
Fuck you.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. They could...
Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica is the shit.
What are you?
They can also be
Seriously.
considered. The thing is,
100%.
both of that series can also be considered adventure or sci-fi.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
put the Joker too.
But one of them is more genre.
I mean, I love
yeah.
the Goonies, and that's adventure.
I'm gonna
action,
have
right?
to drop adventure.
'Cause
he
he's
did
a
it.
nerd.
He
That's
dropped
okay.
adventure
Because I live in
Hey.
fantasy and sci-fi.
slash
know
action.
what?
So science fiction
I'm
and
good.
fantasy are the last genre
I'm good.
stand. So say we all. Very cool.
So last standing.
All right.
Nice.
Is that disagreeable? Who would have chosen different?
Yeah, here's my favorite part of this game. What would you have chosen had you were able to choose one?
I would have gone with adventure.
Adventure? Our producer Hector? Science fiction. He's happy. Wait, you would have gone with adventure? You just chose science fiction.
Because in all honesty, there are more things that fit that than it does adventure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
That's it.
Oh God, why do you make me do this? Oh shit. Science fiction.
I guess we weren't specific if it was like television and movies or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking all of it, the whole kit and caboodle.
I'm going
Yeah.
to say. Wait, so you chose science fiction? That's
Yeah.
very hard. I'm going to choose comedy.
Yeah.
It's the obvious answer.
Yeah. Comedy.
Okay, so now it's coming from the comedians that we chose comedy. But here's the thing: if you didn't have fun or comedy in your life, nothing would be good.
Okay, but what's your favorite
Nothing would
movie
be good.
genre? Like, what movie is your?
Well,
your
I just
favorite
said.
movie?
I just said. Well,
Yeah,
What's your
well,
favorite movie though?
my favorite movie. Why am I forgetting?
Is it?
Oh, it's The Goonies. It's The
an
Goonies.
adventure.
It's an adventure.
It's an
Um,
adventure.
Comedy has.
But the thing is, what makes part of that movie so great is the comedy within it. I would say first and foremost, The Goonies is an
Yeah.
adventure film.
Yes.
But there's comedy right underneath that, and that's probably the two
Yeah.
genres there.
That's
Yeah.
but so here's the thing though.
But science fiction is Star Wars. It's Battlestar Galactica.
If I didn't have Impractical Jokers in my life, though,
Yeah.
Okay, you lost me. We were bonding.
And then
I'm
it
gone.
stops.
fine, some Monty Python.
All right, okay, I'm back, I'm
you
back,
know,
I'm back.
Yeah.
like yeah.
Time for
I missed
funny
you,
walks.
I miss
Yeah.
you too.
I like comedy, but you know what? No.
But I think that so we chose there's 2 for comedy and there was 2 for science fiction and then 1 for science fiction and comedy won out. But all in all, though, science fiction / fantasy, which I mean, come on, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars,
Yeah.
some of the biggest things of all
I mean,
time.
like
Yeah.
when you think of adventure, what do you think of? You think of places not like home, and
Right.
that's you can only do that with science fiction and fantasy.
Should have done
I
like
think of
sports
fun.
movies or something.
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would've gotten
that's
rid of
hard
that.
to action.
Would have gone with
action.
Rudy, something like that.
Yeah, I should have put
Rudy's so good though. Fuck. Rudy's amazing.
so that was the last genre
Really
standing.
care.
I think that is it for tonight. Here's a little slide to let you know that we do trailers here at Color Circuit. If you didn't see it at the top of the show,
Aladdin teaser.
we did the Aladdin teaser that just dropped maybe an hour ago. And then a lot of a swath of trailers, if you will, came out that we watched, including Aquaman. What was that? What was that 80s
London Fields.
London Fields. Jesus Christ. There was some goods. There was some bads.
Yep.
But biggest, I'd say, announcement that I'm most excited for is that we just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube yesterday. So good job, everybody that's ever been a part of all of this to make things happen.
Turns
And
out
all-
we're not as libtardy as we thought.
Yeah, we're
No,
still
we're still
libtards.
pretty-
No, we're still pretty
libtards.
We're just being
about
followed
that.
by 1,000 libtards.
We're just yeah.
You
good
know
point.
what?
There's
That's the only people I care about.
There's
So,
999,000 more. That we
Yes, we have a lot more to
Yeah.
go.
libtards, I know you're out there.
We should
Start
probably
watching.
stop calling them libtards.
No, we are. It's us. It's us.
It's us. We're fine. We're fine.
We
Yes.
are joking, obviously. Somebody commented that we were libtards, and I think you're all brilliant. So just
No, but genuinely though, we're really
I-
excited. Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for
guys.
doing that. We are
Thank
now
you so much.
eligible, and we just filled out an application for to be partners with YouTube. So we're yes, and
Thing.
we hit affiliateship with Twitch a while back. So more goals, I guess is what we're saying. Connor's very excited.
hashtag life goals.
Hashtag life goals.
That's some good information.
It's good information. So again, thank you all, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. So let's hit another 1,000. Let's get another 1,000.
Let's keep it going.
Keep it going. What else do I need to say? Oh, follow, share, all of the verbs.
Yeah, all the shit.
Like,
subscribe
subscribe.
on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ColorCircuitLive, where we do a lot of other
things.
comedy, film, and gaming shows.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, what do you have to plug?
Oh man, I have something else I need to plug real quick. Okay. So, I don't know why I hold this. So, I have another show on YouTube on Color Circuit. There we go. I'm just talking to every camera. I don't know if this one's getting me. But thank you. We run a wrestling blog, a wrestling podcast, if you will. Not a blog, a vlog maybe, but it's a podcast. Every Monday, 7 p.m. live, Mountain Standard Time. It's Sit Down and Pile Drive, the best wrestling podcast on Color Circuit, because it's the only wrestling podcast on Color Circuit. We talk about everything that's going on in professional wrestling. We give our opinions on what's going on in professional wrestling. We talk about professional wrestling like it's our favorite thing in the world, because it is.
More
Tune in
muscles.
every Monday. Also, because I have one more thing I need to plug.
Master plugger.
Next Friday and Saturday, I will be doing Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Guild, a live shadowcast where we will be acting out the movie. Dylan,
Yes.
Did you get your ticket?
No,
I'm gonna go.
but I should go. I would like to
You
go.
should. You should.
I've never been to one, so I'm a virgin.
Are
I'm a
you
virgin.
gonna be in that costume again? Because
Yeah.
I am.
You do look
definitely
really
going.
hot in that costume.
Thank you.
Are you? Wait. Which one are you playing this
I'm
time?
playing Riff Raff.
Oh, that'll
Yes,
be
I will be Riff Raff.
Very
It's
nice,
a lot of
very
fun. There are not a whole lot of tickets left, so you'd better hurry the fuck up and get them. All of the
them now.
information is on the Facebook page.
Speaking of theater, what do you have to plug, Bon?
It is the Curious Incident with a Dog in the Night, and it's based off a novel that is very popular. It's been taught. It's about a child who is possibly on the spectrum, who has a curious incident with a dog in the night.
Here's my
like
guess. He's on the spectrum.
He's definitely on the
Yes, definitely on the spectrum.
It's a play that you're in, though.
Yes,
be
it
on
is
the
a play I'm
spectrum.
in. It's at the Vortex Theater.
Sounds interesting. to me.
It has been sold out the whole entire run.
Woo!
So, I mean, there's a wait list. If you feel like waiting for it, it should be really good.
Otherwise, they can catch you in Socorro.
Otherwise, you can catch me in Socorro in about 2 weeks or so in a rather larger auditorium.
auditorium.
Yeah, I'll be very British in this one.
Yeah.
And I'll be switching up quite a bit.
Before Jess, Hector, and I plug, I do want to say we did not choose next week required viewing.
Oh, whose turn is it?
If Bon is able to come back, if you want to come back, then it would be his turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we plug, would you like to think of
Yeah, I'll think of
yeah?
something.
You want to think of something? Cool. That means you're available next Thursday.
Yes, I
Hell
should
yeah.
be. Yeah.
Cool. So Jess, go ahead and plug.
So I sell vintage clothing. I said vintage last time, and apparently that wasn't enough.
Nope.
Of a
things are
description.
vintage.
So I sell vintage clothing, both men's and women's, and unisex, because that's how I roll. The name of my the name of my shop is Hippie Amber Vintage. That's spelled Hippie. And I will be doing 2 pop-up events this coming weekend in Albuquerque at Humble Coffee downtown and at Tractor Brewing Wells Park on Saturday and Sunday. And I also sell clothing at Shop Paradise Club. You can follow me on Instagram. You can also follow Paradise Club on Instagram. And yeah, you can shop some cool clothing online.
Yay!
And if you live here, come see me at my pop-ups.
I'll plug for our producer. First off, thank you very much, our producer, for producing tonight.
Thank
Very
you,
good. It was well
Hector.
done.
Thank you, Hector.
Hector Valverde. Make sure to catch him on his film review site, Sandia Film Journal. He also has a Facebook page. Do you have any other like Twitter or
Twitter at Hector Valverde.
Twitter at Hector Valverde? There you go. Easy enough. What am I plugging? Improv Bagel every Wednesday. We're skipping a week, so the following week is an improv troupe that I'm in. And we do live improv on Twitch every Wednesday, every other. We're on a thing right now, but just catch us next Wednesday night or the following. What else? So I'll also be at the. I am a panelist at the New Mexico Film Office. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I should have just pulled that out earlier. It'll be at the Crown Plaza in Albuquerque. So there's gonna be a new media panel. I'll be representing myself in Color Circuit. Make sure to catch us down there.
When?
November
31st.
17th. Sorry, it's a Saturday.
November 17th. Okay.
I think that's everything. I think we hit all the beats. Yeah, my name is Dylan,
I'm Connor.
I'm Jess.
I'm Bon.
and we'll see you libtards later.
Wait.
I've decided. We're going to
I
be
was
watching.
so happy about that outro.
We're watching Jinro, The Wolf Brigade. It's an anime film,
Okay.
and it is
How do you spell that?
Jinroh.
Jin. Okay. ROH. 2 words.
Jinro. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's called Jinro, The Wolf Brigade.
The Wolf Brigade. Okay.
It'll be on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it on that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about that next week.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Cool, cool.
Now we'll actually see you later.
Bye.
See you guys.
How did the Oppositeness show go?
It went really well.
Really well.